I'm afraid. They wandered off into the bush, as so often happens with live wildlife filming. Either we've got a bird to show you, or an antelope, or a warthog, and then by the time we get there, unfortunately, it has disappeared. But never fear, we're on our way back towards the hyena den. I was going to follow up on Tundi, but it seems as though she's gone on to Little Gowrie, so she's vanished. That's okay. I'm going to go and see whether or not Gwen hasn't decided to come back to the entrance to the den site and just investigate. Perhaps she just went on a little bit of a circuit. Yeah, perhaps she went on a little bit of a circuit around the den site to try and sniff out what was around. I'm a silly person. Busy taking the off-road tracks to where Karula's old kill was. That's not where I want to go. Not at all. This is where Karula killed that massive impala ram, and where Wendy performed the incredible horn blaring sound just before we went into an ad break. Okay. Amazing. Come to think of it, actually, the timing of everything, because if Gwen had been here when Karula had made that kill, we wouldn't have seen Karula here. There's no way Karula would have kept that kill so close to a den site like this. Oh, the nuances of timing out here. And I wonder whether our return is not based on the movement of the Nkuhumas. I wonder whether or not the Nkuhumas going back into Manyeleti might not have prompted a return of our hyenas back onto Djuma. We see the Djuma clan relatively regularly. It used to be more regularly, and we know of the hyenas around Arathusa, the part of the Elephant Plains clan. But Aaron, you want to know why it is we never see hyena on Cheetah Plains, or hardly ever see hyena on Cheetah Plains? I'm not sure. I have wondered that myself, particularly during the drought, when there were so many carcasses around for them to have scavenged on. We know that there are hyena there. I've seen one once, and we know that Quarantine's had 1 or 2 run-ins with them whenever he's had kills there. So they are there. I don't know whether it's just because they simply, it might be the fringes of a territory. Perhaps the clan itself, the core den sites, could even be in Kruger, for all we know. Or in Mala Mala, we just don't know. It might be a fringe territory. It might also just be purely a product of time spent on Cheetah Plains. I don't think they have any den sites. In fact, I'm certain they don't have any den sites. Please be here, Gwen. It would be so pleasant if you could bring out your cubs to us. They might still be too young to come out of the den. They might only be a few days old, if they are there at all. One, oh my word, it's okay, little one. Okay, let's just sit still and quiet. There's another one, there's another one, there's another one. He's coming out. Hello, guys. Guys, these are her cubs from June. She hasn't given birth. These are her cubs from June, and they've never seen a vehicle before. Well, they have, but they were so tiny when they did. It's all right, little ones. That's why they're so nervous. And Mom's not here. All right, we're actually going to have to move out of the sighting because these little cubs are so nervous of us. And I'll explain to you why in a moment. Gwen's not here, so they don't know how to react. And I don't want them dashing around away from the den site while their mom's not here. So I'm going to move out so that they can feel safe to come back to the safety of the den. Obviously that den is shallow and they don't feel secure within it. There's 2 of them! Oh, that's exciting. So let me explain a little bit for our viewers that haven't been watching since June. Around June last year, Gwen was denning on her own, and we got to see just once, I think it was once or twice, brand new little cubs, tiny little brown creatures that had only just emerged from the den. They came tottering out in the half darkness, in the semi-darkness, and then the hyenas disappeared. They were gone for 8 months, or however long they've been gone for. I said that I was surprised yesterday when Tristan found this den, and it was Gwen. I said I was surprised that she was denning so soon. It was possible, but I wondered whether or not she hadn't lost those cubs. That's them. And because she's low ranking, I think that's why they're so small. They're quite undersized for 8-month-old. Is it 8 months? July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. 8 months, nearly. So they're quite undersized. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think those are Gwen's cubs from June. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a loop round on the road, but I don't... I'm so excited. I don't want to... You can understand why little hyena cubs being out away from the den like that, it's potential risk if they're panicked, because they don't know whether or not they can come back to the den if we're there. Because Gwen moved to somewhere else, I don't think they had as much contact with vehicles, because that was a serious panic reaction when they saw us. So that really nicely takes us back to the question that was asked about Gwen not caring about us or the vehicle, and the fact that she's grown up with vehicles moving around her, and then to see the reaction of those cubs. Now that we can change really easily, because hyenas habituate beautifully and very quickly. They've got a natural, very powerful curiosity, but you can't do it now. We have to wait until Gwen is back. And as soon as they see that Gwen's reaction to the car, as soon as they see she's not scared, they will be absolutely fine. Yay!